Pastor Chris texted me yesterday that he was sick and unable to be here this morning, which is why we're lacking a guitar currently, and also why you'll hear a sermon from me this morning. I prepared it yesterday, and it's a little bit of a different style of sermon, a little bit different approach, and it's quite a lot shorter than normal, so buckle in for that. Whatever that means. Amen. Woohoo! Making it out in time for lunch. Yeah, it's the Christmas season. We're in Advent. It's exciting. Do I sound excited? Are you excited? It's Advent season. Yeah, woo! Let's go on. There's a lot of excitement in my house right now with my kids. You know, they're 9 years old. There's a lot of energy there with 9-year-olds. And then add into that Christmas is coming, so the decorations have gone up. That's exciting. There's extra food in the house. It's different than normal. That's exciting. Certain food that we've said you're not allowed to touch right now or eat right now. That's exciting, kind of. There's a Christmas tree, and maybe there's some presents under it. That's getting pretty exciting. There's a lot of excitement this time of year. When I was a kid, my sister would count down the number of days for us because I didn't know how to look at a calendar really. And so she would count down the days, but there was always the debate about whether you count the day that you're on or not. When counting, you ever had that problem or debate? How many days until Christmas do you count today, or do you start counting from tomorrow? Anyways, to fix that, she counted number of sleeps. How many more sleeps until Christmas? Anybody know? Anyone as excited as 13? 13 more sleeps. 13 sleeps, not that I'm counting, but 13 sleeps until Christmas left. So if that's not intimidating, if you haven't done your Christmas shopping yet, or if you're like me, yeah, there's still 13 more sleeps. You got lots of time. We'll get it next week. So we're counting down the days. My kids are counting down the days with Advent calendars. They have a couple Advent calendars, and they're getting lots of chocolate. And so they're counting down the days. Each day they get to go and take something out of their Advent calendar, chocolate and candy. And they're talking about their presents. And I know we always say, it's not about the presents. But I mean, we wrap them. We put them under the tree in the middle of the room with all these lights pointing at them. And then we say, can't open it till a special day. And then we tell them it's not about the present. All they're going to think about is the present. It's right there, and it's wrapped, and it's secret, and it's hidden. And so they're focused on it. They're wondering about it. They're seeing the present under the tree. They're excited about it. They're anticipating it. They're so looking forward to the day where they get to reveal what is underneath of that colorful wrapping paper. And then that morning comes, and this has happened in my home a few times now on Christmas and on birthdays and things like that. All that excitement is built up, and they rip open the packaging and they tear it all apart, and they throw the wrapping paper off to the side, and they look down at this box, yeah! And then they look up at me and they go, what is it? Because they can't read the box. Now they can. Hopefully this year I won't have to answer that question. They can read now, but they look up, what is it? But there was this incredible joy and this incredible happiness, this incredible excitement in the opening up of, in the unwrapping, in the revealing of what was inside. And then that joy is deepened and made more whole and more complete when they come to understand and know what it really is. So there's great joy in the revelation, in the revealing of what was hidden. There's great joy in the unwrapping. There's great joy in the unveiling. The third Sunday of Advent is about joy. And there's great joy in the revelation. This morning's verse in the series that Chris has been doing is John chapter 1, verses 9 to 13. And we're going to read that again. The true light that gives light to everyone has come into the world. Sorry, I wasn't reading, I was speaking from memory. That's John 3. The true light that gives light to everyone was coming into the world. He was in the world, and the world was created through him, and yet the world did not recognize him. He came to his own, and his own people did not receive him. But to all who did receive him, he gave them the right to be children of God. To those who believe in his name, who were born not of natural descent or of the will of the flesh or of the will of man, but of God. The light was coming into the world. The light has now come into the world. The light is in the world. The light is revealing what is hidden. The light has entered into the darkness. Here in John chapter 1, John is writing to the Christian audience, the insiders, as Chris talked about a few weeks ago. But in John chapter 3, Jesus is speaking to an outsider, to Nicodemus. And he says this in verse 19, "This is the judgment. The light has come into the world, and people loved darkness rather than the light, because their deeds were evil. For everyone who does evil hates the light and avoids it, so that his deeds may not be exposed. But anyone who lives by the truth comes to the light, so that his works may be shown to be accomplished by God." See, the light is coming into the world. The light has come into the world. The light is in the world, and it is revealing the darkness. And the darkness avoids it. The darkness hides from it. The darkness seeks to escape, but it cannot escape the light. It cannot overcome the light. The light is revealing what was hidden. And great joy is had at the revelation. The true light has come into the world, but people love darkness. We avoid the light. We want to hide from the light. We want our evil ways to remain hidden from the light. And we fear that the light will expose us. So you might be asking, where's the joy? Where's the joy? The light will shine on the darkness, and it will reveal my deepest hurts, my greatest failures. It'll reveal my darkest secrets and my ever-present shame. We go through our lives hiding from the light. We build a facade of shallow virtues and lies, illusions. We wear a mask, not one that covers our face, but it covers our soul. We hide ourselves from others and everyone around us. We hide ourselves from our community. We hide ourselves from the one who made the universe. We hide from the light. We live in the darkness. We create illusions and shadows to distract and avoid. But the light threatens to undo it all. The light threatens to reveal the truth, to remove the mask, to dispel the shadows, to overthrow and destroy the illusion. The light demands that the shadow recede and truth is made known. In the presence of the light, I am laid bare. I am exposed, and nothing is hidden. Where then is the joy? How can I say in the moment when all is exposed and I am laid bare and vulnerable? How can I say that it is joy in these times of suffering, that I can count this suffering as joy or this trial as joy? Who would love one such as me, fully revealed? Will I not be hated? Will I not be rejected? People will despise me. I'm a liar. I'm a sinner. I'm a fraud. I'm a failure. Who could love one such as me? I'm prideful, and greedy, and selfish. Who could love one such as me? The light threatens to reveal it, the truth of this. The light exposes. No longer can I hide. So where is the joy? The joy is in the revelation. The light reveals, and the light judges, and the light puts to death. And when the darkness is gone, and the old life, what was exposed of me, has been judged and has been put to death, then the light brings new life. The light brings new life. Do we not see that? But to all who receive him, he gave them the right to be children of God. They are not children born of human will or even of flesh. But to those who receive the light, they become new creations, born again. Children of God, born in spirit, in fire, in truth. Not born of the world, but born of the light. Making them bearers of the light, representatives of the light. The light exposes, and it brings pain and difficulty. It forces us to reveal the truth of our lives, of our sin, of our guilt, of our shame. The joy is found in the revelation of the new life, of the rebirth, in being born again, being made new, becoming bearers of that light, remade as children of God, being made in the light, who is the source of life. For nothing that exists or that lives could do so without the light. But many will hate the light. Many will reject the light. Many will hate those who are made new in the light. And many will reject those who are made new in the light. And so we will be rejected and we will be hated when we receive the light. For this reason, even those who were his, who knew him, who had covenanted with him, who had already had some revelation of him, did not receive the light when the light was fully revealed. The light has come into the world. The promise, the joy, it is for us today. For the light comes into the world and makes us new today, with new birth, with new life. And so how will we respond to the light? Do we receive the light? Do we allow it to expose us? To pierce into the darkest, most hidden parts of our lives? Do we invite the light? Not hiding anything. Being opened up. Being laid bare. Being made vulnerable. Do we submit to the light? Allowing it to renew us. To make us new. To bring a new life. Do we represent the light? Does it shine through us? Is he known by the way that we live? By the way that our lives go? Will you submit to the light and be reborn a child of God? The light has come into the world. Darkness cannot overcome it. And the joy is in that revelation. And so this morning, I just invite you to respond to the light that has come into this world. We're going to have communion in a moment. And communion this morning, when you come to the table, it is a celebration of the light. It is a celebration of the new life in you. It is a celebration of being born again. So come to the table this morning with joy in knowing that you are a child of God, And yet, if you have not received the light, if you have not allowed yourself to be laid bare for the hidden things to be revealed, I invite you to stay and contemplate that. But if you have been transformed, come forward and celebrate, enjoy at the coming of the light who has come into the world. You can respond by taking one of these small candles and lighting it in the Advent flame, which represents joy. But this morning, as you light that candle, let that be a commitment that you will take this light into the world this week. That you are taking part in being one who represents the one who has remade you. That you bear his light as you go into the world. That you are a new creation. And you can respond on our prayer wall. A challenge to consider your neighbors in your community, to be committed to praying for others, to be committed to praying for those who live next door to you, even if that's a mile down the road, to praying for those who are in your community, who you interact with, who may not have seen the light. Pray that they might experience light, and with light, life, new life, rebirth. So I'm going to invite the music team up and the elders and leaders who are serving communion. And I just invite you to enter into this time. There's a lot of it. We have the time. Take your time. Allow the light to expose the darkness. Come to the table with great joy. Commit to shining this light in our community this week. And pray for those who have not yet met the light who is in the world, that they might be transformed by his presence.